Hello, I'm George MacAllister, founder of the Alpha Institute and author of the book Wholesaling is Not Rocket Science. I have a question for you today. Do you use stories in your selling? Do you tell a lot of stories when you have conversations with people? You know, many of us don't. We don't have time for stories. I got too much to say. I got to get through all of this, and I got this other idea and that idea. I don't have time for stories, George. No, really, I can't be in the story business. Got to find some money. Well, you know what? Stories are very, very powerful. And I'm going to encourage you to start using them in your business. Stories are the preferred method of communicating between human beings. It's just the way that it is. When you were a child, did you like stories? Did someone read to you? Do you read to your children? Do they love stories? They love stories. Why do you go to movies? Stories. You love stories. You had a cookout last weekend. There were 20 people standing around, and what did they do for 3 hours? They told stories. So people prefer to communicate in stories. They don't prefer to communicate with spreadsheets. No. They prefer to communicate with stories. And I encourage you to do that, to tell more stories. Now, the question is, how do you use them? Well, first of all, one of the things that you can use a story for is to set the context for your idea. So rather than simply say, here's my idea, which is, by the way, just another idea, kind of like the other one they got an hour ago. Instead of that, you tell a story that sets the context for the idea. The idea is now much, much more powerful. The other thing that you're doing with stories, if you know how to craft them, build them, and use them properly, is you're connecting with people on a human level. If you can get the advisor to tell you stories about themselves, and if you tell them stories, you're connecting here as a human being. Critically important that you do that. You know, we don't always have the technical advantage with our product or our service. And the way we make things happen is to connect with people at a human level. Tell more stories. If this is interesting to you, if you'd like to learn more about storytelling and other ideas around wholesaling, do this. Go onto my website, www.thealphainstitute.net, and there you can download a free chapter of my book, Wholesaling is Not Rocket Science.